Welcome to the Soul Rest, where heavy days come to rest. If tonight feels heavier than you expected, you're in the right place. Find a quiet corner, lower the lights if you can. Let your shoulders drop a little. You don't have to fix anything here. You don't have to be strong here. Just listen. Tonight's story is for the one everyone depends on, the steady one, the calm one, the one who holds everything together. This is for when you're tired of being the strong one. There's a certain kind of person people rely on without asking. When plans fall apart, they look at you. When emotions rise, they call you. When something breaks, they assume you'll know what to do. You became the stable ground in a room full of shaking walls. Maybe it started in childhood. You learned early that crying didn't solve anything, that someone had to be reasonable, that someone had to stay calm. So you did. You watched arguments unfold and stayed quiet. You comforted adults when you were still a child. You translated chaos into solutions. People called you mature, responsible, strong. It felt like a compliment. But strength, when practiced long enough, becomes identity. And identity, when it hardens, becomes a cage. No one asks the strong one if they're tired. They assume you're built for it. Strength doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it looks like answering a text you didn't have energy for, like saying, "It's fine," when it wasn't, like staying composed in meetings when your chest feels tight. It's staying up late to solve problems no one else noticed. It's being the emotional translator in every conversation. It's absorbing tension so others don't have to. And you rarely complain, because complaining feels like failure, because if you stop being strong, who will be? So you carry. You carry your partner's stress, your parents' expectations, your friend's heartbreak, your coworker's confusion. You carry your own disappointments quietly, and somewhere along the way, you forget what it feels like to be carried. The exhaustion of being strong isn't dramatic. It doesn't explode, it seeps. It's staring at the ceiling at 2:17 a.m., your body tired, your mind wide awake. It's the silence after everyone else has gone to bed, the moment you finally stop performing stability. You feel it then, the heaviness behind your ribs, the ache in your jaw from holding words back, the subtle tremble in your hands when no one is looking. You don't want applause. You don't want recognition. You just want to not be the strongest person in the room for once. You want to say, "I don't know what to do," and not feel ashamed. There's a fear underneath your strength. If you let go, everything might fall apart. If you show weakness, people might lose trust. If you ask for help, you might become a burden. You've trained yourself to anticipate needs before they're spoken, to fill gaps before anyone notices them. You are efficient at emotional labor. But here's the quiet truth. You were never meant to be the foundation for everyone else. Humans aren't designed to carry entire systems alone. Even the strongest bridges are supported from both ends. Yet you stand alone in the middle, bracing against storms. And you call it normal. There's always a moment. Not dramatic, not cinematic, just ordinary. Maybe you're washing dishes. Maybe you're sitting in your car before going inside. Maybe you're folding laundry in a quiet room. And something inside you whispers, "I don't want to do this anymore." Not life, not responsibility, just the constant pressure to be the solid one. You're tired of absorbing impact. You're tired of translating everyone else's emotions. Tired of staying calm when you want to scream. Tired of being dependable without being understood. And the realization scares you, because if you're not the strong one, who are you? Strength was never supposed to erase softness, but somewhere along the way, you decided vulnerability was unsafe. Maybe the last time you showed it, someone dismissed you. Maybe someone relied on you collapsing quietly. Maybe you learned that your feelings complicated things, so you simplified yourself. You became reliable instead of expressive, stable instead of emotional, composed instead of honest. You polished yourself into someone others could lean on, but polished surfaces hide cracks, and cracks widen in silence. Here is the truth no one tells the strong one. Strength that never rests becomes fragility. When you don't allow yourself to bend, you risk breaking. When you don't let anyone see your uncertainty, you isolate yourself. You don't need to stop being strong. You need to redefine it. Strength is not absorbing everything. Strength is not fixing everyone. Strength is not never crying. Real strength is knowing when to put something down. It's saying, I can't hold this today. It's letting someone else be uncomfortable instead of rushing to smooth it over. It's allowing yourself to exist without performing resilience. It doesn't start with a grand declaration. It starts small. You say no to something you would have automatically said yes to. You admit you're tired. You don't respond immediately to a message that drains you. You sit with your own discomfort instead of managing someone else's. And the world doesn't collapse. That's the shock. You expected disaster, but what you find is space. And in that space, something softer begins to grow. Being strong made you good at giving, but receiving feels unfamiliar. When someone asks how you are, you almost deflect. You almost say, I'm fine. Instead, you pause, and you answer honestly. It feels awkward, exposed, but also relieving. You realize some people are capable of holding you too. You just never let them. You never gave them the chance, not because they wouldn't, but because you didn't trust that you were allowed to need. You survived things that required strength. You adapted. You endured. You held everything together when you had to. But survival mode isn't meant to be permanent. You are allowed to move from survival to living. Living includes rest. Living includes softness. Living includes saying, I don't want to be the strong one tonight. And that sentence does not erase your resilience. It honors it. Because resilience without rest becomes self-neglect. What if strength looked different? What if strength meant leaving conversations that drain you, crying without apologizing, asking for clarity instead of pretending you understand, admitting you're overwhelmed, letting someone else fix the problem? What if strength wasn't about endurance? What if it was about balance? The strongest trees bend with the wind. The rigid ones snap. You don't have to snap to prove you've been strong. Tonight, you don't need to solve anything. You don't need to plan. You don't need to anticipate. You don't need to hold anyone else up. Let your jaw unclench. Let your shoulders drop. Notice how much effort you've been using just to appear okay. You are allowed to exhale. You are allowed to not have answers. You are allowed to exist without being the anchor. And if no one has told you lately, you've done enough. You've carried enough. You've been strong enough. You became strong because you had to. You stayed strong because others depended on you. But you are not a machine built for endless endurance. You are a human being with limits, with softness, with a heart that deserves care, not just responsibility. If you are tired of being the strong one, let tonight be a small beginning. A beginning where strength includes rest, where resilience includes vulnerability, where being dependable includes being honest. You don't have to drop everything. Just put one thing down, just for tonight. This has been The Soul Rest, where heavy days come to rest. If this reflection felt like it understood something you haven't said out loud, you're not alone. And if you'd like more quiet stories like this, stories that let you breathe, think, and feel without pressure, subscribe and return whenever your days feel heavy. Until next time, rest your mind, rest your shoulders, Rest the version of you that's been strong for too long. Good night.